Hello, and welcome to Khyber Shards, a 5th edition actual play show set in the Eberron campaign world. Tonight's episode invites you to come on down to the ship's cat for a perfect night out. Eric, what happened last time?
Last time, folks went into the Feywild, and then Ari fell from the sky, and we fought 3 displacer beasts. And we saw a giant skeleton walking about immediately after. And Ari said his incantation to restore everyone's memories, and people had feelings about that. And that's where we left off, I believe.
That is precisely where we left off. So you guys are standing amidst the ruined grandeur of Shaytir Yastalai, and there is a huge skeletal giant tromping its way among the enormous trees.
What are the odds that's not a problem?
No odds.
We think is it a punchy problem or a talky problem? I think we're gonna have to deal with it. Shade?
I generally think we should kill things rather than talk to them. So
right.
But it's a skeleton.
Already dead.
It's been dead already.
Yeah.
We killed a mummy. This is not new.
We need a different word. We de-animated.
Okay.
Sure. Can I make an art? Well, I mean, there's no check to see if it's antagonistic. Like, it's just like interact with it or not.
We seriously, D&D needs a considered command.
I'd like to roll an insight to see if
is
Eric
it a red monster or a yellow monster?
Yeah. Is the name above its head green, yellow, or red?
Is he walking towards us?
Does he have an exclamation point?
Not specifically. No,
Or a diamond?
It's just walking. It does not appear very purposeful in its walking.
Yeah.
It's just.
What are we trying to do here? Forgive me, I'm still playing catch up.
Find the Sphinx.
Find the Sphinx. Okay. Have we looked for Sphinx tracks or?
No, we got here right before you got here.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's handy.
It rained you right after we got here.
You know,
We were kind of successfully just walking and not fighting at the time.
can I make an Arcana check to see where a Sphinx would be, like in this type of terrain, like up in a tree, on a hill, under a hill, in a swamp,
You
on a
can make
log,
an Arcana check to
in
see
the
if
fog?
you know anything about Sphinx.
on a bog? That is going to be a 20.
You know that Sphinxes are typically, being fully intelligent people, Sphinxes tend to make dwellings. They don't
Okay.
make nests or that kind of thing. They have dwellings.
Can I roll
So just standard. Okay.
survival or something like that to Shade like the idea of tracking?
Tracking
Sure.
See if there's Sphinx prints.
So, sure, and survival is going to involve scouting the general area, and there is a giant skeleton walking among the general area. So does
here's-
your plan involve a contingency for that?
Mostly stealthily avoid it while I am
Okay.
Do y'all wait? But
tracking.
do y'all just want me to go see if I can talk to the skeleton? I mean, it's worked
Well, if we
before.
can avoid the skeleton. Oh, you mean with your mark?
Yeah.
It just might be angry that we're invading. But if you want to give it a shot, I'll be here. And Ari extends his hand and the sword reforms.
Shake, Pog.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know that I have feelings about talking to skeletons.
All right. So If I start screaming and running, I guess you'll know.
I'm not worried about talking to them. I'm just worried about getting hit by it.
Shoot it with
and
an arrow.
Just full disclosure, I am running
It's a
back
skeleton.
towards you if I need help.
If
Cool.
you can
What if
find
you
us.
run away?
Good enough.
That's not
Just
that
let you
won't-
go. Let's
Yeah.
let you keep going. Okay.
Won't help. Won't happen.
Nailed it. Got it. Crystal clear.
It's like you never
All right.
left.
How far away is this thing? Like, is it like we
probably-
can see it because it's huge, or it's like yeah.
You can see it because it's huge. It's probably 100 or more feet away from you.
Okay. Well, I don't run, so I'll walk towards it.
I mean, if you're just gonna run back to us if it's mean, why don't we just call it over from here together?
We can try. I don't really know the rules.
Nor do I.
Usually the dead things talk to me first.
Okay.
You can hear the presence of it in your head.
Oh,
You can
there we
hear
go.
the sort of rumbling sound in your head that
Alright.
you recognize as its presence.
Well, let's. I can see it. The range. Hold on. What's my range on this?
As, at this point,
Yeah.
it becomes aware of you.
Yeah.
As
Well, that's,
perception
that doesn't
checks.
change anything. Here.
So its face turns towards you, and you can see that there is fire burning inside the remnants
That doesn't
of its
seem
skull. And you can see that its skull is sort of scorched where the fire comes out of its eyes.
That seems worse.
And it begins to lumber
Just smile and wave,
towards
everybody.
you.
Smile. And wave.
Hi.
with a it's
60
wearing
feet.
it's wearing the remnants of ancient armor and carrying a giant sized greatsword that sort of drags along the ground
fine.
behind it
It's fine.
as it begins to move
Once
towards
it's
you.
once it's within 60 feet, I will try to telepathically say, "Hi. How are you?"
Oh, I should be doing this. I speak giant.
Does your telepathy
Telepathically.
rely on language?
Hello.
Mine does not.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It relies on there being a language. They must understand a language.
It does understand giant.
Shade is not standing and waving at the giant skeleton. She has moved undercover.
Would you like to make a stealth check to hide?
Yes. Very much so.
You notice, Esri, that it has sort of quickened its pace.
19.
And you hear back in your head, you are hidden. You hear back in your head,
Okay. It's not
What's it saying?
it's not using words.
Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna
bad.
try. Hey, we're one more time. We're not looking for trouble.
Where'd Shade go?
Hog is
Shade?
very slowly going to put his hand on his chest and cast invisibility.
Pog? I just got back and everybody's leaving me.
Just hidden
the-
behind this thing.
the giant is now covering the distance very rapidly, approaching.
Ari
And
has
as-
a passive
as it
perception
does,
of 9,
it-
so
Slings its great
Gaseous
sword
form.
What's okay? All right. There's a giant that's 30 feet from you, Ari.
make wisdom saving throw.
Six.
We are the worst friends.
Cast suggestion. Ari says stop.
Cool. Yeah, there's nothing about that. Yeah.
Jedi mind tricks. Hog's moving to the left of it.
You control
It
giants.
just does. It just stops. The gigantic sword still held high above its head. Its blade long and shiny and black, like cracked obsidian, and it pauses there.
Okay. Then Ari is going to just tell
What's
it
the
to
duration on suggestion?
8 hours as long as I can concentrate. So Ari's going to tell the giant to leave. just go about your business and ignore us.
You get one command through suggestion, I think.
It's an action, so
So the action was stop.
and now 6 seconds.
No, it will stop for 8 hours.
Oh, do I only get one?
That's how I would interpret that.
Okay.
That's,
Okay.
Yeah,
That seems sad, but sure.
It's
okay.
limited to a sentence or two.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it stopped. Okay, we're good.
Still moving a little bit to the side.
I mean, if we're gonna follow this all the way down, if the suggested activity can be completed in a shorter time, the spell ends when the subject finishes what it was asked to do.
I would argue that stop is vague in the sense of...
Sorry.
Didn't say don't start again.
I feel like intention was understood. But...
Stop forever. Why didn't you go with be our friend?
Command is one word. Suggestion's a sentence.
So, anyway, it is stopped.
Okay.
Should we attack it now?
Man, I'm gonna... After we're done here, I'm going to show you what it was about to do, and you're going to understand how important that worked.
I don't think so.
Or Ari.
Yeah. Well, I was the only one present at that point.
Several
so
of
sure.
you are in the area that would have been affected by that.
So, I mean, there's nothing that, like, if it gets attacked, then the spell breaks or anything, but that just seems mean. So I think we can just go about our business, and this thing will be here.
Can we not talk to it? Can Ezri, you can't talk to it?
Ezri speaks into your mind. Only. I tried it. It only grunted back. I'll try once more. And I will once again say to the giant, "Are you capable of speech?" So then back to Pog. I don't think it has a mind left, really.
Hey, everybody! Can you all come back now? Like, I'm here by myself in front of a giant that I just stopped, which I think is pretty cool. And hello?
I'll say
That
to Ari
is
telepathically
very
because that's the
cool.
only way I can talk.
Shade.
This lasts for like an hour, so I'm just gonna kind of wait until we're sure.
Okay.
I'm just hiding. I'll stop hiding now.
Shade
there you are.
stands up right
God.
behind you.
Pog's gonna walk back over and say, I'm invisible for a while now, so I'll just stay
Oh my
close.
God. Okay. Shade,
That
were you going to
What?
try to track the Sphinx?
I was? Yes. You just stopped it by saying stop.
Yeah, I used my mark. I entered its mind and basically told it to stop where it was, and it worked. Because it probably doesn't have that strong of a will of its own. It's undead, so I think it's just kind of a shade of who that giant was back when they were alive, as opposed to being a full entity.
The fire flames in the
Scary, very spooky.
Philip, if I recall correctly, I shifted when we got here. Is that okay?
That's still the case.
Okay. And would I roll nature or survival?
Survival.
Okay. But I have advantage when I'm shifted, so I'm gonna see what I got. All right. 18 is the better option.
Okay. So you begin to scout around, and you do not find any tracks that look like those of a sphinx. You do recall that sphinxes have wings, and in this environment, it might not be the case that a sphinx would walk around on the ground. But you do see evidence that others are moving around in here. That others others have been going about in the ruins. You see evidence of at least a couple different groups. One that has very, very animal-like prints, large animal-like prints, like almost like a bear walking around on its hind legs. And then you additionally see evidence of a group of, you would guess, 3 to 5 humanoids traveling across, not necessarily in the same direction or together, but just moving around here in the last days.
While Shade's scouting, Philip, does this giant have like a bag or a coin purse or any kind of like receptacle for carrying items on it?
Just thinking that myself.
Absolutely, it does.
I was just thinking
Ari's
about
gonna
invisibly walking
do some
up.
rifling.
How are you getting up to the giant's satchel?
Use my lessons from Shade. Let's see how well.
You're gonna climb a giant?
You are going to climb
the leg
giant.
bone. The leg bone. Yep.
Way back in college when you watched me play Shadow of the Colossus. Here we go, dude.
Yep.
When Ari starts doing that, I'm just gonna start floating up the giant.
Hey, you're not corporeal. You can't grab anything.
I'm not. No, but I can go up and look.
16 was my athletics check that I'm assuming you were going to ask for climbing.
I was going to ask for that. And
Shade, I
that
did
is
it.
a good.
That's
You're a
handhold
really good
one.
teacher.
Now.
Wow. That's delightful.
This is not how it was drawn up, eh?
There it is. So I know there's specifically a table for this in one of my books. Awesome.
It's not a situation I would have imagined comes up all that often in
Yeah.
D&D.
There's a table for robbing an undead giant.
Or
while
what's
it's
been
there's a table
frozen?
for what's in a giant's bag.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is a weirdly specific thing to have happened before.
Mm-hmm.
Our viewership goes down.
Colin,
Not
this happens
trope
every
over
campaign.
again.
Yeah. As long as it's not as bad as the magical, I think Philip was somebody was searching for something. I gave him a bag of holding just full of grain. Like the whole entire contents of the bag of holding was grain. We did the math to figure out how much of the room was filled as they dumped it out so they would have a bag of holding. It was like 3 feet of grain just on the floor.
Roll a d12.
12.
Hey.
Might be bad.
Yeah.
Bottle of water.
Another giant.
It's a giant skeleton.
As you you climb up, and there is a ruinously old leather satchel attached to the belt of this giant, and it takes you a good bit to get it open. And get like there's this sort of comical thing of Ari standing on at the lip of the bag, heaving up the flap, and then you have to almost sort of climb down into it to dig around in the contents, and the first thing that you find as you dig around in it. You come up with a large, strangely shaped skull that looks to be the skull of some sort of giant bird.
Weird.
Roll a d12 again.
Mittens.
9.
you find it's ruined and faded with time, but this was clearly at one point a very beautiful tapestry that was rolled up and tucked in here. It would take an enormous amount of work to get it to a state where you could even begin to identify anything at all about it.
You know.
It's not giant sized, it's large, but it's not like a giant's tapestry. It's clearly a piece of plunder.
Okay. Ari will keep that. The large bird skull, because define large bird, because I feel like what I would define as a large bird, like in my reality, is different from this bird skull. Like, is it like
This is a bird skull the size of like a bear's skull.
Okay.
Big
Scary. Okay.
It's a really big bird.
Awesome.
How are you keeping
Roll
a
D12 again.
tapestry?
D12 again. Rolling it up like a bed roll.
You ever lifted a rug?
Yeah.
I'm so excited for the
climbing a
climb
giant?
down.
5.
I only got so many healing spells, man. Just
Down in the
saying.
bottom of the bag,
Uh-oh.
there is what looks like a very large bird cage, and there's definitely a smaller humanoid skeleton in the bird cage.
Oh.
Oh.
Does
And you'll
does
hear
that
in your
skeleton
mind-
have anything on it?
Can
That skeleton is not animate, nor does it have any possessions on it.
can you get me that actually?
The skeleton? I'll try.
Yes.
Ari just tries to push the cage out of the bag. Like, just let it fall.
Okay,
Intact.
make
Intact
another
would be
athletics
best.
check.
Are you in the bag right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I climbed in the bag. 7, so probably not. Like.
So you heave it, but you cannot heave this thing out of the bag.
I'm gonna need help if I'm gonna get this out.
The bag's not like a stable platform to stand on. You can't get your weight behind it. It's
Yeah, not gonna happen, Ezri. Sorry.
I'll say to Pog, Pog, there's a humanoid skeleton in the bag with Ari.
Gross.
Do you think you could help him get it out?
I mean, for the record, this is like, I suppose I should say, the components of a skeleton. Like it's thousands of
Yeah,
years
it's-
old.
it's a
There's
pile of
nothing but
bones.
That was
left.
my
And
question.
therefore, there is nothing holding it together because skeletons don't just lie around attached to
That's
each
okay.
other.
What are you talking about?
That's okay. I can work with that.
Well, can't you just deal
So I suppose you could toss it out bone by bone.
Will the skull work, Ezri, by itself?
No, I need more.
Why?
I want to
trick-
try something.
Well, I can't get it out.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Pog's gonna try to climb up the giant's leg.
Roll athletics for me.
Natural 20. So can
Oh.
I just walk up?
That's a great use.
Pog goes up this giant like a spider monkey.
Okay, can I say why this
Uh,
sucks?
and-
This sucks because I'm invisible, so none of you know how awesome I look right now.
but also, Ari has no way of like not getting stepped on
Yeah.
by you because you're climbing into this bag with Ari and you're invisible. So you see the bag shift, Ari, and then
What
all
the-
of Pog drops in.
What the hell?
Hey, buddy.
Pog, why?
Ezri said
Could you
wanted
move,
bone.
please?
Oh yeah.
Ugh. Thank you.
Okay, before he tries to get the bones, Pog's gonna just try to do what he was asked and push a cage with a skeleton out.
All right, give me an athletics check.
Don't scuff it.
I don't think a 22 will scuff it.
Ari, a large bird cage comes falling out and smashes on the ground loudly. Shade,
Thank you.
You're out carefully scouting, and all of a sudden you hear.
This seems like I'll be honest, everyone. I was hoping for like a healing potion. This seems to have really gotten away from me. I'm
Can I
sorry.
take a look while I'm in here and see if I find anything that?
You sure can.
Shade is gonna rush back to the noise,
Eric-
thinking her
Eric,
friends
roll
are
a
in
D12 one more
danger.
time.
10.
While they're looking, I am gonna float down and reincorporate and I'm gonna sit, like, grab the bones and like sort of assemble them, and take a minute.
What did my 10 create in this new fresh hell, Philip?
You find wrapped in a
Spell book.
in the remnants of an old cloth that would be quite plenty of cloth for you. It was probably rag sized for this giant. A very old looking longsword.
Ah.
Pog, what did you roll? Did you roll have you roll a perception check? Just now?
Perception.
Right.
No.
Yes.
An 18.
18. Roll a d12. You find what looks like it's just a pair of gilded iron rims that look to you like the rims of wagon wheels, but for some reason they're gilded. That's all that's left. You can tell there was clearly, like, in the bottom of this bag is basically full of, like, compost.
We're standing
Because this giant is many millennia old. And so everything in its bag has been lying around
Okay.
in it for all that time. So you are standing in the remnants of everything that's decomposed in this bag.
If Ari's willing to carefully and slowly climb down, can I avoid an athletics check to avoid falling?
Yes.
Okay. Just.
But first, just because it amuses me,
Oh, God.
I am going to roll a check for the constitution of this bag.
Okay. Yeah. That tracks. We're gonna plummet.
Yeah. As you lift these, Pog, you hear a tearing sound
Pog.
as the rotted out bottom of this leather bag finally gives way after thousands of years of survival. And you and Ari and the pile of
That was committed to the
well
there.
executed. That was well executed. You have inspiration for the commitment, my
Thank
friend. Just fall out along with and Shade, as you're running back, you hear just a horrible crashing sound as everything else in this giant's bag drops onto the ground with your friends.
Are my
What are you
bones
doing?
undisturbed?
I mean, so you recorporated and you are assembling them.
I piled them together, and has a minute passed?
Sure.
Okay. The bones take shape.
Just before that, though, Shade, you would have made it back and seen what's going on. What have you done?
I would like to
Anything?
run over to my friends to offer help healing, cure wounds on Ari, maybe.
I'm good.
Scolding
I'm good.
Correct.
about operational security.
What are you doing? Are you fine?
Yes, I'm fine. It had a bag, so I was gonna see if it had anything that might be helpful. I found a sword
Yeah.
and a tapestry.
Let's definitely climb skeleton giants and jump in their bags.
I climbed
You
though.
already did.
You did. You
Um,
did.
Yeah, it was.
That's what
it was a
you
bad
did
call.
here.
It was a poor call, but
Are you okay?
yes, I'm fine.
Pog, do you need healing?
No, I'm okay. I have wheels, and you just see the two rims float up in the air as he holds them for you.
You do.
Yeah, I don't know if this was worth the effort and potential fallout that we now.
Oh no, I actually
Yeah.
fell out.
Thank you. Yes.
And Esri, what's happening with you?
The bones begin assembling themselves back in order, and stand up.
I have no idea what's happening there, though.
Gross.
Oh, I've been wanting to try this for a while, but it's kind of hard to come by the right pieces. Everyone, this is Wilkins.
Hi, Wilkins.
Did you talk to?
Oh, Wilkins, wave to them.
Nope.
Don't like that.
This is so gross. I mean, it's cool, but it's super gross.
That's just a pile of bones.
No,
Well,
it's
it was a
Wilkins.
pile, and now it's a skeleton
Think of it
named Wilkins.
Think of it this way, Shane. If the Sphinx wants to be found, then it knows where to find us.
As you
Yes, she does.
have this conversation, Esri, you become aware of the feeling of the presence of more undead, but it's different because the sounds in your head are coherent.
Mm.
And you hear, where is it? We sense the defiler. Where is it?
Wilkins, is that you? No. Okay. Now I'm hearing voices.
Okay. That's bad.
Well, words.
They're here. We find them.
I think they're looking for someone here. Could be us.
What are they saying?
Not sure.
We should hide.
Defiler. They're looking for the Defiler.
Hiding is
Dude.
very useful.
We just defiled that giant, so we should probably hide.
Hear the sound of several persons
Hide,
come
hide,
running
hide.
around a bend.
I mean,
Yeah.
Ari was heading for the underbrush to
You
duck.
guys can't see it, but Pog is turning side to side, trying to figure out where he's going to hide before he remembers how invisible he
Oh, that's
Well.
true. I didn't actually see
is.
you
it's
when you.
you just saw the wheels float
Cow,
up, and now
come
they
on.
have dropped.
Philip, is there anywhere convenient for a druid and a skeleton
a
to
druid and his
hide?
skeleton.
There's underbrush around. There are entrances to some of the buildings.
Sure, I will. I will tell him. Hide, and yeah, fine. I will try to hide myself.
Okay. Stealth check. It's all
15.
around. 15.
16.
16. Pog.
Surely with some sort of advantage with
I am invisible.
invisibility.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
With advantage. Thank God. Natural 20
Hey.
for a 22.
Excellent.
Very nice.
Esri.
Much better.
13.
13. You see 4 figures come around the corner. There are 3 humanoids dressed in very old-looking armor that appears to be made of bronze-colored metals, carrying spears and long shields, and wearing plumed high helmets. They are led by a figure who does not wear a helmet and is clearly an elf, but looks undead. Their skin is grayed and withered. There is an elaborate skull tattooed across their face, and they have a long sword in their hands, and they come around and look, and you see the elf immediately notice the giant, and then say something in a very old-sounding dialect of Elvish. Where did they go? Where's the Defiler? And one of the
Ari drops concentration.
creature.
Oh no.
The giant crashes the sword into the earth where you had been standing. You feel the ground shake, and then stands up, looks about, confused.
Okay.
And let's see. No one rolled that terribly. Okay. Turns around and you see the elf look back at its cohorts and say, "First that," and the elf runs their hand down their longsword, which begins to glow brightly, and then rushes toward the giant.
Shay, do you know?
I would like to
Ari. Oh, go ahead.
I would like to speak telepathically to the elf,
Oh,
and just while trying to remain hidden. What do you mean by defiler?
The elf just, he's mid-run towards this foe, and you see the elf start and stumble, and the giant takes that opportunity to unleash its blazing eyes.
You just killed that elf without making an
on the
attack.
distracted elf.
You just killed that
Unleash
elf.
So
its
the-
blazing eyes, he says casually.
So the fire in the eyes suddenly bursts out in a scorching blaze across the ground. The elf is going to make its dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
You killed this thing.
we could help. We could be heroes and get on their good side immediately.
Just for one day in the field. However long that is.
Nope.
Oh, no, he didn't make it.
Boy, that just keeps rolling, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, it did.
I had to make saves for everyone involved, as they're all in the
You
in the
killed
area
the
of attack
party.
here.
Blast zone, as it were. Was this a secret crossover event that you were about to spring on us? And everyone's got to re-roll.
Possibly, you'll never know.
These are actually our allies.
We got healing.
That was
we
so
can heal.
many dice. They're so
They're undead,
dead.
though.
We can heal. We can heal.
How many?
I
people
can't,
can he
but
bring back
people
from
can
the
heal.
dead?
So two of the spear-armed soldiers that are running along behind the elf are just immediately incinerated. They just disappear in this blaze of
Oh,
fire. The elf dives aside, being caught partially in the blast, as do the other two. Bring this, just plant themselves in their shields, behind their shields, and weather the attack. And then the elf is going to take its turn and attack the giant.
Real quick, Philip. Seeing that the giant is hostile to the elves, Ari's down to hop in and try to get on these elves' good side by helping them defeat this giant. If nobody else is going to join him, then I could, if you all are just going to take off into the woods and that was the plan, but
Well, yeah, I guess we can't really communicate this.
You'll never be able to see what Bob
we got
is going to do.
telepathy.
Well, I mean, let me know when I can make another telepathic statement.
Ari has
That would
his
be
mass
appropriate.
telepathy thing, so he's like, I think we need to go help them. If Ari gets no immediate pushback, then Ari's going to rush out with his sword.
I will. Yeah, I can respond to Ari. Can I respond to you without being able to see you?
Yeah.
Okay. Say, well, I tried to ask him. He was looking for the defiler, and he didn't respond. So I was kind of hoping to make sure that he wasn't gonna kill us also.
Yeah,
first.
but I don't want to watch them die, so because it's kind of my fault at this point.
Okay.
The elf is back on his feet, rushes towards the giant. As the giant swings the sword, the elf slides on his knees and slashes the sword along one of the giant's legs, and then comes up on the other side, brings around, and slashes down across these huge skeletal legs of the giant again. Its two cohorts run up and divide and approach from other sides and begin harrying the giant with their spears.
I'll tell Wilkins to go attack the giant.
Eric, did you say Ari did run out with his sword?
Yeah, I mean that would be what Ari does unless somebody immediately goes, no, don't wait. But
No, no.
Sure, Ari, you can take a turn.
Hog is going to go running in, seeing Ari move, but
Yeah.
you guys
Shade
won't be able to see that.
immediately follows.
Ari,
As soon as you make an attack.
okay, Ari is going to rush out, and we'll just start off with dissonant whispers. So wisdom saving throw worked well last time.
3.
This thing's dumb.
So that's going to be 9 psychic damage, and must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far as its speed will allow away from me.
So you see the giant wheel around, look towards Ari, and then turn and begin this big, loping, lumbering stride away. I suppose the elf and its surviving cohorts gain attacks of opportunity and hits. As the giant starts running, and it moves 30 feet away.
Ari will look at the other elves, or run!
The elf, seeing the giant go, straightens. We do not leave the undead unslain.
Okay. Just trying to help.
I tell Wilkins to come on back.
I would like to shoot the giant.
Go for it, Shane.
12.
12 does not hit.
I would like to shoot
Your
it
arrow.
again.
Your arrow deflects off the plate of the giant's armor.
16.
Okay, that hits.
And I would like to do favored foe.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 14 damage.
Nice. Okay. Pog, what is your speed?
40.
40 feet? Okay. Yeah, you can actually probably catch the giant then.
Okay. Then I would like it's facing away from the direction. Am I running up to its backside?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's running
I
away.
want to try to attack the back of its leg with just a big old swing of
Okay.
Fury's edge.
Oh no, Eric just figured something out that Ari doesn't know.
Surprise!
Sitting here with
There's
my dark
Pog
thoughts.
right next to the thing as he swings a 19. I am on its leg.
19 hits.
For 11 damage. And second attack. 21
Hits.
for 8 damage.
Yeah, the bone cracks under your blows. Though the giant does not yet fall. Esri, are you doing anything?
Sure. I'll
petting
I'm
Wilkins.
not gonna make it.
We're
Whatever.
gonna get through this, okay, buddy? I'll talk to him.
Sure, I'll cast Chill Touch on the giant. It needs to
Alright.
I need to make a ranged spell attack. 25.
Yes, that definitely hits.
So 11 necrotic damage, which I don't know if it affects it, but since it is
It does.
undead, it also has disadvantage on attack rolls against me until the next turn.
Cool. And as it happens, it is the giant's turn. The giant rounds and with this big sweep of its great sword at Pog.
Oh, no.
Mhm. That's gonna hit.
Boy,
This is a great sword the size of a really big, like this
RV.
great sword is a couple stories tall.
good disclaimer. I'm just gonna start clicking up on
Pog's
the
in the
damage
next
total.
total.
You take 24 slashing damage.
Ooh.
And you're not currently raging, right?
Correct.
Cool.
And its second strike is going to be, as it continues running forward, is going to be against the elf. It's going to roll a natural 1. So I think as it takes that step, the leg that Pog damaged cracks and splinters, and it goes down onto one of its knees. And the stroke goes wild and just smashes off some buildings that are built out onto one of the trees.
Pog, are you okay?
That sucked.
Maybe hang back for this one, buddy.
It's far too
The
late
elf,
to hang back.
um,
I'm at its ankle.
Seeing the opportunity, the elf rushes forward and jumps up, grabs one of the arms of the giant and swings itself up onto its shoulder and slams its sword into the head of the giant.
Very cool.
Hello, sir.
14. And he has 2 attacks. Second one. His blade hews through the spinal column of the giant, and the enormous skull falls loose and smashes onto the ground. The elf leaps nimbly down and rounds on you all with his sword
Hey.
out. Which of you raised that?
Nobody. None of us. We just got here.
We felt someone raise.
I don't know when.
That
What?
that was me. And my friend Wilkins here is not the big guy.
The 2 other soldiers, you hear in your head the thoughts of the 2 other soldiers, as the 2 surviving soldiers, as they destroy the defilement. And they advance on Wilkins with
No.
spears.
No, we're not going. No, this is my
Pog
friend.
is moving back towards the group.
He's.
Is that a skeleton you want to die on, Ezri?
Oh no, I'll kill them.
No,
That's
not
okay.
Hi,
Well answered.
I'm Ari, and you all are. We are from Stormreach.
The two armored soldiers are going to attack
Wilkins.
Wilkins.
Or Wilkins.
Get it right.
Sorry.
Tom
Can
Hanks
I
is not here.
Like, Can we get like a roll off for initiative here or something?
Oh god.
It is their turn in the order. As they had the first the first movement before you all joined the battle.
All right. Well then, as they move into range, because he's next to me, they can go ahead and take make Constitution saving, or one of them can make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
14.
12.
All right. 3 necrotic damage to that one.
That seems to hurt them quite badly, actually. I have the impression that necrotic damage is very dangerous to these creatures.
Hey, maybe we can talk. Maybe we don't need to get all aggro about it.
The other is going to jam his spear, which begins to glow brightly, into Wilkins, who is going to take 16 piercing and radiant damage, which, assuming Wilkins is a skeleton, I believe destroys him.
16. Yeah.
Yeah. We do not suffer defilers here.
We didn't mean to defile nothing.
I mean,
You brought a
I'm
necromancer into this.
I'm
into
poison
this sacred
spraying
place.
that one if I get the opportunity.
Okay. Yeah. Go for it. It's a saving throw
On
on them, or do you
14
attack?
save, yeah. Just one of them. The one that actually
Just
hit
one
it.
of 7 plus, probably not a success here, but where's it? Con?
Yes.
Yeah, that's just 9. Yeah.
Okay, they can have 13 poison damage.
Okay.
Hey,
They are immune to poison.
So
Not
they don't
immune
take
to
any
being
damage.
attacked
So they
and
don't take
getting angry.
offense to this. Yeah.
And bonus action lightsaber.
Okay.
He's a druid,
Um,
not a necromancer.
He raises the dead.
Feel like talking semantics at this point.
He raises the dead. That is a necromancer.
Esri, are you a necromancer?
That sort of.
Oh, okay. So,
It's kind of complicated.
listen, we're here for one specific thing, and then we'll go. Like, we're just here looking for somebody. That
We do not suffer.
we were asked to
necromancers.
come here.
Not by one who had the right to do so.
I don't know if that's your call to make, just universally.
Who gives you the
What she
right?
said.
The Undying Court.
Would that? I mean, we would know. Yeah.
Yeah, you know that the elven nation of Arenal is ruled by a group of immortal rulers called the
We met one of
Undying
them. They
Court.
were arguing about the mummy. Yeah.
You met an Irani elf. You did not meet one of the
Uh,
Undying Court.
What, does the Undying Court rule here? I thought we were in Thalanis, not Arenal.
Nope.
I thought we were in Forest Queen territory.
This is Shetirias Talai. It is one of the ancient places where our people came from.
Okay. Where are we in Thalanis or Arenal?
You're on Zindrick.
Oh. I was confused. Did you all?
This is a powerful manifest zone to Talanis, none of which justifies the bringing of a necromancer
Wait.
here.
So, Undying Court is in Zendrick now.
The Undying Court are on Arenal.
Okay. So why are we not allowed to be here?
Because he is a necromancer and we do not tolerate necromancy.
Just anywhere. That
Correct.
seems exhausting, and I feel like there's other.
Necromancy is a blight on the world.
Okay, I feel like there are much bigger fish that you can fry in the necromancy pot than him.
He's right.
Listen,
Yeah, or we could just kill
no,
these guys.
we don't need to do that.
Can that be the
We
line
need
that
to
Pog walks back up to the group on? Or we can just kill these guys and Pog arrives back?
Yes.
It took a lot of energy to make that.
sorry about
No,
Wilkins.
Wilkins.
We're just here looking about.
Just kind of nudge him with
We
my
will
foot.
gladly give you a wide berth if you will do the same to us. We're not looking for trouble. In fact, we tried to help you with your giant problem, which seemed to be a giant problem.
Good tweet.
The elf. The elf's eyes narrow, and he turns back towards Esri. You claim to be a druid.
Sort of.
Where do you have the ability to do this?
And he'll hold up his hands.
Oh, we're gonna die.
It's kind of a...
Oh boy. Oh boy.
You see the eyes of this elf go wide in alarm,
Is something wrong?
and his sword comes into the ready and says, "You stand with the cursed house. You
Ah.
will die."
We have a very nice house. It's called Grimalkin. It floats.
Next time,
Oh.
Khyber Shards.
Oh.
Man, you don't know me at all.
This is fine. This is fine.
I love how Ari just gives out all of our information all of the time. You need to find us? Here we are.
Start printing out pamphlets.
Boy, the tables have turned from Pog being the oversharer, huh?
I was stressed.
Oh boy. Decisions that we make. Okay, so thank you all so much for watching. If you would like to get in touch with us, if you are deeply confused about what's going on, or you're a real big Eberron nerd and you know exactly what's going on, let us know what you think's going on.
Let me know what's
in
going
the
on.
comments below.
Oh, I'll let you know.
Let RA know what's going on, even though Esri is at a loss. Down below, you can find links to all of our social media, including our Discord. You'll also find links to our merch store and to Colin's Twitch channel, where he is Sorry BTR. The O is a 0, and he streams on Tuesdays, as well as whenever else life will allow it. New episodes of Khyber Shards drop every Monday. New episodes of Khyber Shards Answers every Friday. And until next time, thanks for rolling with us.